Hey MMA fans, Caged Minds, your host Miquel Frankel, here to do our predictions for Bellator 69. We're going to start off in the heavyweight division with Ron the Monster Sparks, who's 8-1, taking on the 15-1 Kevin Concrete Asplund. Sparks, we've seen him in the heavyweight tournament, throws big heavy leather, here to knock people out, 7 TKOs and 1 submission, trying to become more versed in mixed martial arts, but he likes to stand, bang, and get it over early. Asplund has 5 TKOs, 6 submissions, has a little more of a well-rounded ground game, I would believe. His key to this fight would be to get the larger, taller, bigger Sparks to the ground. Sparks, we haven't seen on the ground before. He usually hits guys and stops that from happening. So, from what we do know about Sparks, he's one-dimensional. We've seen him knocked out in K1 and in Bellator. I'm going to go with Asplund to be able to get inside, get the takedown, get a submission. I think we're going to see possibly a key lock, maybe from an arm lock to a transition where he gives up his neck, Sparks, and a submission. But we're taking Asplund to win in the second round via the submission. Next fight we're talking about. This is going to determine the #1 female at 115 pounds in the world. Megumi Fujii, who's 25-1. Taking on Jessica Jag Aguilar, who is 13-4. Megumi, 19 of her 25 wins come via the submission. Jessica, also prevalent with the ground game, 7 of her 13 wins by the submission. Megumi on a 3-fight win streak. Jessica is on a 4-fight win streak. Megumi, her one defeat is to Zoila Frosto. It was a close decision. It was an all-striking battle because she was scared to get inside and deal with the grappling with Frosto because of her raw strength. She didn't know if she'd be able to get the takedown, so just kept the fight on the outside and ended up getting outstruck. Now for Aguilar, she also has a defeat from Zoila Frosto, being outstruck. But her striking has become a strength since that time. She's been able to outstrike Lisa Ward Ellis. Megumi, since Bellator, I don't really feel has fought in this 3-fight win streak the toughest of competition. She has been a superior grappler over the females that she's been in the cage with, and the one time she tried to work on her striking, she got punched in the face and the fight was close until she was able to get her takedowns. I think that Aguilar is going to see this, keep the fight standing, use her boxing, keep her legs planted, and use her own physical strength to push away. I think that we're going to see a 29-28 unanimous decision victory for Jessica Aguilar. If not, if you want to go on the flip side, Megumi's best potential to win, I think, would be a leg lock, surprising, a diving attack kind of out of desperation. Other than that, I think Jessica's size, her strength, she's going to keep Megumi at distance, use her punching, feed her, and like I said, 29-28, we're taking Jessica Aguilar to win a unanimous decision. Now we're moving on to welterweights. Semifinal number 2. Karl the Psycho Amossou versus Dave Caveman Rcikles. Amossou's 14-4-2, while Rcikles is 10-0. So Rcikles comes in with that no fear. He hasn't lost a fight before. He has nothing to lose. Amossou, kind of a favorite in this tournament, was really looking to see what he's like dropping from 185 pounds to 170. Well, now here in the semifinals, for Rcikles, he's going to maybe want to drag this out a little bit. They're both fast starters, early finishers. But for Rcikles, we haven't seen Amossou's gas tank. We don't know what he looks like in a 3-round fight at 170 pounds. For Rcikles, he's going to want to drag this into the later rounds. For Amossou, he's fast, he's explosive, and I really think he's going to be able to catch Rcikles in the first round, hurt him, get him to the ground. He has to watch out for the triangle, but outside of that, he'll pass to the half guard, and I think really win this fight with ground and pound in half guard. And we're going to take a first round TKO after some big shots on the feet. Karl Amossou is going to win this with ground and pound and basically be in side control or half guard, avoiding the triangle and the hips of Dave Rcikles. So we're going to take Amossou first round TKO. Now we go to the middleweights, and it's the middleweight final. Andreas Spang, 8-1, versus Miquel Falcao, who's 30-4. Spang, how do I say this? Well, I'll voice my own opinion here, is a douchebag. We saw him push Brian Rogers at their weigh-in, his first time in Bellator, and then after that fight, nearly started melee in the cage with Miquel Falcao because he walked up too close to him, got too near him in the cage. I just don't believe that. It was hard for my eyes to digest, or for me to digest seeing that kind of happening. And if I was someone in Bellator, I would have told Spang that he needed to fight another job and would not have let him back. You can't have a fighter that can't have a stare down. Oh, they're too close to me, I'm going to explode. That's a little weird for a fighter. You have to be more mature and more professional than that. Spang is a good boxer, though, we'll give him that, and seems to have nice skills on the ground. He has 3 TKOs and 3 submissions out of 8 victories. Falcao has 23 TKOs and 3 submissions. We've seen even when he's on his back, he's very good at wrist control and nullifying his opponent on top. We don't know about Spang's takedown game. We know he can take a lot of abuse. Seeing all that, knowing that Falcao has just dealt with a boxer, and I gotta be honest also, Vasyslav Oleksky's boxing is really tighter and a better technique than Spang. I look for Falcao to still win this fight in a unanimous decision fashion, using the kicks, using knees, being more diverse and not being over emotional going in for the kill. Probably understands by now that Spang is playing a game and he's just unprofessional that way, trying to get under your skin, and I think Falcao comes out aggressive but controlled, beats his opponent up, and makes it last for 15 minutes to make him never want to get in there again. We're going to take Falcao with a unanimous decision. So I'm going to go through those real quick again. And we have Asplund winning over Ron Sparks with a submission. We're going to take Jessica Aguilar over Megumi Fujii with a decision. We're taking Karl Amossou over Dave Rcikles with a first-round TKO. And Miquel Falcao over Andreas Spang with a unanimous decision. This has been Caged Minds. Uncage the Warrior within yourself. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook. Like the video, subscribe to the videos, leave us a comment. Thanks for everybody that does, and everyone have a great night.